They say life is a marathon, not a sprint. But what if the secret to better health isn't running at all? What if the most powerful thing you can do for your body is something so simple, so basic, that most of us take it for granted every single day? The truth might surprise you. Walking, the humble act of putting one foot in front of the other, could be more powerful than running when it comes to your long-term health, your energy, and even your longevity. At first glance, this might sound absurd. Running has always been the golden child of fitness. It's what athletes train for, what gets broadcast in Olympic stadiums, what fills social media feeds with marathon medals and sweaty selfies. Walking, on the other hand, looks ordinary. It's what we do to get from the parking lot to the office or when we're shopping for groceries. But here's the twist. The very simplicity of walking is its hidden strength. When scientists began comparing the long-term health effects of running versus walking, the results turned heads. Walking didn't just hold its ground, it often came out ahead. Let's start with injury risk, because this is where the difference is crystal clear. Running is high impact. Every time your foot slams into the pavement, the force reverberates through your joints at up to 3 times your body weight. That adds up. Runners deal with shin splints, stress fractures, Achilles problems, and the dreaded runner's knee. Studies suggest nearly 80% of runners get injured at least once a year. Now compare that to walking. Walking is low impact, smooth, and joint-friendly. You can do it daily, for decades, without worrying about sidelining injuries. That's why when you go to a park, you'll see people in their 70s and 80s still walking briskly. Running is for a season of life, walking is for a lifetime. But injury prevention is just the start. Let's talk about heart health. In a landmark study published by the American Heart Association, researchers followed tens of thousands of walkers and runners. Their findings? Brisk walking reduced the risk of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes just as effectively as running did. Yes, mile for mile, the slower walkers got nearly the same benefits as the speedy runners. The takeaway? It's not about how fast you move, it's about moving consistently. And walking is easier to commit to. Now here's something most people don't realize. Walking may actually be superior when it comes to stress management and mental health. Running produces endorphins, sure, but it also pushes the body into a state of stress, releasing cortisol. Walking, on the other hand, keeps stress hormones low while still giving your brain that dopamine and serotonin boost. In fact, researchers at Stanford discovered that walking enhances creativity by up to 60%. Ever wonder why history's greatest thinkers like Charles Dickens, Beethoven, and Steve Jobs were famous for their long walks? It's because walking clears the fog, sparks new ideas, and improves focus without draining energy. Try it yourself. Take a 20-minute walk when you're stuck on a problem and see how often the solution just appears. And then there's longevity. Perhaps the most powerful argument for walking is this: it can literally add years to your life. A massive study tracking over 200,000 people found that those who walked briskly lived significantly longer than those who were sedentary. And in many cases, longer than those who engaged in more intense workouts but burned out or got injured. And here's the kicker. The effect isn't about walking fast. Even a steady, moderate pace works wonders as long as it's consistent. Now let's address the elephant in the room: weight loss. People assume running is superior because it burns more calories per minute, and technically that's true. But here's the trap: most people don't run long enough, often enough, or consistently enough to make a lasting difference. Walking, however, is sustainable. You can walk every day without exhausting yourself. And research shows that walking after meals, especially after dinner, is a game changer. It stabilizes blood sugar, improves digestion, and encourages fat burning. For people managing type 2 diabetes or obesity, walking after eating has been proven to reduce blood sugar spikes more effectively than intense exercise. It's not flashy, but it works. And let's be real, sustainability is everything. Running requires motivation, discipline, the right shoes, sometimes even a training plan. Walking, you don't need fancy gear. You don't need to carve out huge blocks of time. You don't need to psych yourself up. Walking is accessible to almost everyone, regardless of age, income, or fitness level. It's exercise without barriers. That inclusivity makes it one of the most powerful health tools humanity has ever had. Now, does this mean running is bad? Not at all. Running builds endurance, strengthens the heart quickly, and delivers that runner's high many people swear by. For those who love it, running can be deeply rewarding. But here's the bigger picture. Walking isn't the weak substitute it's often made out to be. For the majority of people, especially those looking for sustainable, injury-free, long-term health, walking may actually be the superior choice. Think of it like this. Running is like a sprint for your health. It can give you quick wins, fast calorie burn, rapid fitness gains. Walking is the marathon. It builds health steadily, consistently, and sustainably over the course of decades. And in the long run, consistency beats intensity every time. So what does this mean for you? It means you don't have to chase marathons or punish your body to be healthy. You don't have to compare yourself to runners posting their stats online. You don't even have to break a sweat if you don't want to. You just need to walk. Start with 20 to 30 minutes a day. Break it into chunks if you have to. 10 minutes after each meal works wonders. Walk with a friend, listen to music, take a call, or just enjoy the scenery. The key is to make it a daily ritual, something you don't skip. And don't underestimate how powerful small changes can be. Park a little farther from the store, take the stairs instead of the elevator, swap one short car ride a day for a walk. These little choices add up in ways that, over years, can transform your health more than any high-intensity workout program. Imagine this. You in your 70s, walking briskly with energy, avoiding the chronic pain and injuries that sideline so many others. You're clear-headed, mobile, and living longer, not because you punished your body in your younger years, but because you gave it steady care through something as simple as walking. That's the real secret. So the next time someone tells you walking isn't real exercise, remember this. Walking is one of the most powerful, proven, and life-extending habits you can have. Running may get the glory, but walking gets the results that last. And here's the challenge. For the next 2 weeks, commit to daily walks. Track how you feel. Notice your energy levels, your mood, your sleep, even your focus at work. The difference will be undeniable. Because sometimes the strongest move you can make isn't running faster, it's walking smarter. One step at a time.